Hello, my stitchy friends. Hello, my stitchy friends. My name is Busymomstitcher here. Tonight I am going to be working on the Grand Butterfly Ball. This is by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. So if you're hopping on, say hello. My dog is going to start barking now. All right, let's see who's on tonight. Hello, Alyssa. Hello, Sunshine. When are you ladies stitching on tonight? Anything special? Okay, so I'm stitching on uh, the Grand Butterfly Ball. It's by Aimee Stewart, and I'm sorry for my dog, but my boyfriend is outside, and I think he thinks there's a burglar at our house right now. So yeah, and so I am up here in the left-hand corner, and I'm just kind of working. I'm doing the row, kind of. So I'm just doing these 3 blocks. I started it earlier today, and then I'm going to finish some of it up on this live. So let me move let me move some things around. Stop. So you can put Saga back where it needs to be. Hello, Suki. How are you tonight? Melissa says, ouch, my dog's jumped up to talk to your dog. Oh no, I'm so sorry. He's barking tonight because Dad's out mowing the grass, and I think he just sees shadows, and he doesn't even know who it is. He just likes to bark. And of course, I'll have to get up and tell him to be quiet if he's in the other room. Fish pants. Okay, so let's get started. So we're not here all night. Let me know what you're working on. Yeah, so today is Tuesday. It was kind of a busy day at work today. So this first number we're going to start with is 317. You have to bring it down a little bit, so let me see if I bring it down, if that's going to affect anything. Okay, it looks a little blurry. Is it a little blurry on your guys' side? I don't know why things just can't go the way that you want it to go. It looks fine somewhere, and then hello, Born Again Stitcher. And I'm not sure why it looks a little blurry. Alyssa, it is a little blurry. You think you have it set up right, and then it doesn't really do it. All right, let's see here. I just changed something. So hopefully that looks a little better, maybe. Let's hope. And I don't know why everything's shaking. Is it the table? Ugh. How's that? Is that better? Okay, let me just start stitching and you guys tell me if it's better. Here I'm trying to stitch without my eyeballs on. A little better. I don't know why it looks like it is shaking a lot. First of all, because when I sit here on this table, nothing's shaking. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna stitch. It might be the angle. You mean the angle of my phone? It's still blurry. Okay, hold on. Melissa says, so this pattern looks intense. There's not really, it's not really tense, I would say. I don't know. It's actually kind of boring because of I feel like it's just a lot of 939. I just wish I could get some more things to pop up. Does that look better or is that too far away now? I'm going to stitch and you guys let me know. Maybe I was just too close. Is that better? I think it might be better. So I got this all set up and it was ready to go. Perfect. I thought it was perfect. And I had a few minutes, so I kind of got my threads together, cut up. So maybe it won't take me as long tonight, but I don't know. Now it's too far away. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, let me play with one more thing. Okay, this is probably about as good, I don't know, maybe as good as I think. I think all patterns are boring as beginning until you work your way down the good stuff. That very true, boring again. That's better. Okay. I think that's better too, actually. Okay. Yeah, this one is just not, I don't know. I wish I could get to one of them a butterfly and then maybe one of the butterfly girls. Maybe I'll enjoy it, but it'll take me forever. I don't see too many people stitching this one, I don't think. Anyone stitching this? And we're going to park that one. The next number is going to be 319. And I thought I had that one already. What? I guess I didn't get all my numbers out. I thought I'd got all these out earlier, but I missed one. Trying to save time. Had a few minutes before it went live, and I thought, I'm going to get my thread ready. But I missed one. And I'm not understanding why things are shaky today. Was it shaky last time I was on? Not hardly touching the table. What did everyone have for dinner tonight? Anything special? We had cod with some macaroni and cheese and broccoli. Cornigan Stitcher says, I'm stitching on Fun Fair Food by Lars Stewart, and it's one of the few that are colorful enough. I haven't been bored since I started working on it. Oh, I've seen that one. That probably is fun. That probably is a fun one. It probably has stuff coming up all the time. Well, at least the colors too. Maybe this one, I get a little bored with it because the colors aren't very bright. But I think I'm going to be getting into some greens because I have a lot of green thread tonight. And there he goes again. He's going to start barking. I don't know why. I made pork chops with stuffing and green beans. Ooh, that sounds yummy. My nails look horrible. I am so sorry. So I was getting them done, and then I have to change my budget a little bit on what I spend my money on now, because I'm trying to pay off some bills. And so this is gel that's on my nails, and so you have to have nail polish that has acetone in it, and we don't have any in the house right now. So yeah, so they're not the very prettiest, but I'll get them fixed and taken off, hopefully. They are my real nails. It's just the nail polish I need to get removed. When I was getting them done, I thought the nail polish was included, and they actually charge you for the nail polish. So I was like, this is why this is costing me a fortune. So yeah, now I'm gonna not do it anymore. Mr. Pants. Come here. I think my boyfriend's at the window, so he thinks there's a stranger, of course. Warren Again Stitcher says, yes, I find ones with brighter colors keep me interesting a little bit more. Yeah. What count of, So the count that I'm working on tonight, hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can stop making him bark. Hey, stop. 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 Sylvia. No. No more. Well, that didn't really help. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so this count it's a 20 count gridded Ada. I'm doing one strand over one. Okay, I need to mark that, and I need to fill that in, and now we're gonna go to a 5-6-1. Sophia, can you take him outside? I'm like literally on the line. Take him outside and see if he'll go outside and bark. He's barking at his dad.
Hey, quit barking. I'm on the line.
He's probably an attacker now.
Shut up.
Put down Hade Hell and picked up my RC piece, Mini Berry Mouse Cottage, says Sunshine. Sunshine, love your Berry Mouse Cottage. It's so adorable. Sylvia? That's not making it any better.
He's on his deathbed.
He's on his deathbed?
Yeah. He's in his grave.
I don't think so. Maybe you could stay down here for a few minutes until...
A strange creature. He's a strange creature.
Okay. Hi, Marsha. She says, hi there. My dogs are barking as he hears your dog all the way from Australia. I'm sorry. That's what my dog does that too when he hears other dogs on the TV. He starts barking thinking it's the dogs outside, and it's not. No. I'll have to remember that there's no mowing grass when I'm going live because the dog barks. And I really don't know why he's mowing the grass. It's so hot outside right now. I don't even know what the temperature is, but it was very hot today here where I live. Anyone else having hot weather? This next one is 803. It's a blue. My favorite to stitch is 25 count even weave Lagana 1 over 1, but I did put one of my pieces on a 20 count and I do like it. I have tried 25 count 3 different times, and every time I do not like it at all. I don't know what it is with the fabric, but I have tried 3 times. And the third time I was like, nope, I'm just going to stick with 20 count. So now I just stay with 20 count. Maybe he'll stop barking here in a few minutes. I have no clue. Lately, he's been barking, like, not a lot, but to the point where it's driving me nuts. Will you see if he'll go outside?
Didn't get you going in, no.
Now he's getting sassy with Sissy. Oh my god. I'm a newbie here. How often do you go live? I go live. I started last week going live. I was going live not last month, the month before that I think it was. I started going, and then I had to I stopped for a little bit lives in my YouTube, and then I came back. So now I am going live. Oh my god. Can you hold on, guys? I'm sorry. Wait, Sophia, you're making it worse.
That's not fun.
Stop. No. No more. Okay, anyways. So sorry, Marsha. So I'm going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. And I won't start until about 7 p.m. Central Time. Because I work a full-time job, so I have to come home and make dinner and get everyone situated. And then, well, I don't know why I said everyone gets situated. I just have to make dinner. And everyone else, they're on their own after dinner. But, so I like to not have to be rushed to make dinner and that. Alyssa says, yes, so hot here. Yeah. I stitch everything on 14 count or 16 count, whatever I can find at the thrift store. I never can find anything at our thrift store. I've never ever found really any cross stitch stuff. This next one is 823. Okay, I thought I did all these numbers, but I guess I didn't. Marcia says we have 23 here today and it's winter. Beautiful. I bet. That sounds wonderful, actually, winter. Born to Stitch said that her dog just barks at anything, the wind or anything. Okay, our dog, I will say he doesn't just bark at anything. He does, but he will bark at anything that's walking past, or he barks at his sister all the time. His brother. They're and that is my children, so yeah. My boys are, I think it says French. It's supposed to say Frenchies. They don't bark very much, but they are at attention laughing. I'm sorry. They're waiting for their friend to come visit them, probably then. And Marcia says, "Oh, that's great. I'll tune in. Awesome. Thank you." And if you haven't, and you're new and you're and just watching on the sideline, don't forget to hit that like button. That actually helps my channel out. And then don't forget to subscribe. That will give you notifications when I live or post a video. I started Aimee Stewart's new chocolate box pattern over the last few days. Very disappointed. The clarity of it is dreadful. Oh no. Is it all dark colors? I'm sure someone's going to ask for max colors or super size maybe on that one. let's see where we're gonna go here. And now you probably can hear the lawnmower. I'm so sorry. This is a loud night tonight.
No, wow. Stop.
And Melissa says, "Oh no, Marcia, really? That is disappointing. That is very disappointing." How far did you get on the I mean, like, how many stitches were you on it? I'm halfway down first page and didn't recognize a thing. Oh, no. Are you on the left side? Did you start in the middle, the left or right? She says she's on the top left side. Oh, that's where I normally start too. And I that's kind of disappointing. She's normally pretty good with detailed.
Are you going?
She is usually, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of Aimee Stewart pieces, and I don't think I haven't had one I don't really care for. Like this one, I think once I start getting into things, I'll enjoy it more. But right now, it's a little. There's nothing really to look at or anything to comes out. I like when things pop out a little bit faster than what they do on mine. But I'm also a slow stitcher, and I also have a lot of projects that I do.
Cut their wall. Excuse me. I need to come through. I need to come through. Stop it.
Miss Pants, leave her alone.
Come on.
Anyway, no, Marsha says, anyway, no more whining. Now back to my Kim Jacobs. Which Kim Jacobs one are you doing? hope he's barking again. Uh, Lights Up Fancy Pump. It's beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I'll have to look that up after I get done. I have the Cobblestone Bakery that I haven't started. It's on my to-do list to start soon. And then I have I think it's a sewing room or something like that. She does. I don't know what the name of it is called, but something with sewing, I think. And that one actually hasn't come out in a while, so hopefully my will spin it soon. Is Flights and Fancy Born Again Stitcher is asking if Flights and Fancy's the one with the hot air balloon. Oh, and if that's it, then I know which one it is. Hi, Clara. Marcia said it's in the air balloon with a picnic spread beneath it. Very detailed. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty. The one with the hot air balloon. Marcia, how do you, Born Again Stitcher says, how do you like it? I bought that one, but haven't started it yet. Is that one light colors too? Like the one I'm working on is it's kind of very light colors. But of course, I'm in the left-hand corner, so there's not much to see because it's light right now. I think it's something with the sewing room. One, two, three, four. Is the gates open?
Huh?
Is the gate open?
No, it's closed.
Are you sure?
Yes, Bob's out there.
Okay. Marcia says it's absolutely gorgeous to stitch. The colors just melt together. They are a little brighter. Sorry for the shake. I'm moving something out of my, it's hurting, the way I have it set up, it's kind of hurting my neck. So I'm moving my iPad. Marcia says I started middle top. And then Alyssa says I'm working on a PF project that I have renamed Red Pony. Puny. So Born Again Stitchers, now I want to start it. It always looks so pale, but I'm interested in starting a Kim Jacobs. I kind of want to start the bake. I have that Gobblestone Bakery. Hi, Grace. How are you tonight? What you stitching on? Clara says, Marsha, that's disappointing to hear about Amy's latest. Yeah, that is kind of. Did you go potty? Good boy. Now go lay down. All right, well, I have to frog again because I'm down too far somehow. I got my blues are too down too far. This blue is too far. PF is painted fairy. Oh, sorry. I'm always frogging on lives. Silly frogger. Okay, that's gonna stay there for a minute. This right here is not. Well, that one is right, but this one right here needs to be moved up. See, this is sometimes why I park, because if I mess up, I can just go fix it real quick. Claire, I'm very disappointed too. I've started Cobblestone Bakery too. Love it. Okay, I might have to start it. Maybe if it'll. It's on my wheel to start, but I don't know if it'll ever get picked. And then Grace says, I'm stitching shelf this week. Lots of confetti. I bet. Marcia says, that's a gorgeous piece. And Born Stitcher says, I don't mind frogging as long as I catch it pretty quick. It's when you see the mistake after stitching for like 15 minutes. Yeah, I totally agree with you too. So let me see. I'm not sure if frogging isn't even going to make a difference on this. I mean, there's nothing really coming out on this. But I actually usually frog if I make a mistake, just because it'll drive me nuts knowing that there's a mistake. But sometimes I will fudge. Okay, I think we're good now. Now I can go back to my other string I was stringing. Okay, let's go back to this one. Grace says, Marsha, it is. I'm really enjoying it, but it's confetti heavy. My daughter starts back at work on a Thursday. And so now I hope I still have a little bit extra time stitching in the morning, but we'll see. So I drive her because she doesn't drive. So I have to take her into work. So that means I have to leave a little bit earlier than normal. Because for the summer, I was not having to take her because she was off of work. She gets the summers off. All right, I think this color is complete. So I will park it right here. Next color is going to be 890. And I have it ready for me. Oh, now he's gonna bark again. Which pants? Oh, Lordy. You want to do anything exciting over the weekend? I just was prepping sewing, trying some new things. I was stitching in the hoop with my embroidery machine, trying to make these bags. Well, they're bags. They're actually covers, slip covers for books. That's fine. Or down here. I don't care. The dog's been barking the whole time.
Miss Patsy barking? You're a funny guy.
How do I start the single thread? I do a loop start. I'll show you the next time, my next color I do it. I used to tie knots in my threads when I first started cross stitching, and then I've just watched videos, and yeah, so now I don't do that anymore. So my run strand, I do a loop start, and then to close it out at the end, I do a pin stitch. And then Marsh said pin stitch, question mark. Thank you. Not that it's exciting, but I made 15 jars of dill pickle relish for my husband, laughing out loud. Oh, yummy. Is it? Alyssa says I pin stitch myself personally, Marsha. Yeah, some do pin. I don't do pin to start. I do it to end, but not to start. I take one strand, fold it in half, then loop start on 14 and 16 count. Yeah, I do that when I'm doing my 14 and just my 14 count too. Yeah, sunshine. Now I'm gonna be stomped by the boys cause Dad's home. I remember when I first started 30 years ago, I used to run thread through the back of the stitches. Methods have changed so much. Yeah. All right, this next color is going to be just one, and it's 930. It should be on my board. Another blue. Okay. So, Marsha, this is how I start my thread. This is a one strand. Hopefully you can see that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my needle into the top left corner of the square. I'm going to pull it all the way through and leaving this tail. There's a tail here. I'm going to kind of hold it. Then I'm going to take my needle and go back up. This is the way I do it. Now, if it's incorrect, you might want to go Google it and look somewhere else. But this is how I do it. Then I take my needle and go up the right corner. I pull it through. And then I go back down the right corner. And I'm going to make a loop. So I don't want to pull it tight. I want to keep a loop on there for just a little bit. There's my loop. And then I'm going to go into my left corner on the left side at the bottom. Sorry, the right was at the top and this one's at the bottom. I'm going to pull it through just a little bit, and then I'm going to take my needle and put it through the loop, and then I'm going to pull. And then there's the knot right here. So then when I go back down the right hand corner, that knot goes with it. And then I trim off this little tail, just like that. And then I do my regular stitching. And so that one is just one stitch, but I always park my threads if I can. So I'm parking it there. And then I mark my saga and I fill that in. So this next one is 939. So this one I got ready because I knew there was a lot of them. Okay, here we go again. I'm going to show again how I loop start. So I go, and again, I go into the top left. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. One. Yeah. Top left. Hold my tail. Top right. Pull it through all the way. Oops. Don't pull too hard because then you'll do that. Top right. Pull it through. Go back down the right corner. Make a hoop. Sometimes I straighten it up a little bit. Then the left corner, bottom left. Put the needle through the loop, pull it, you'll get a little knot, and then put it back and then pull again, and then it goes through. Cut your little tail and move on. Marcia asked if they've ever come done. Nope. No, I haven't. But here's the thing, I haven't ever finished a project, so I don't think they would, because as much as you're stitching on full coverage with different colors, I think my other threads are probably supporting it as well, like when I travel and that. But no, I haven't seen any of my threads come out. And now when I do 2 strands, I fold my 1 strand in half to make 2 strands. And then it already has a loop on it. So then I start in the right hand corner and then go back to the left hand corner and do it that way. Grace says, I've done that start also, but I don't cut the tail. Instead, I push the tail to the back so far. It's worked quite well. Oh, okay. Well, so do you push the tail back in when you go in that hole, per se? Grace? Maybe I'll try it next. My next color. We got a lot of these 939 first to do. We'll have to get another thread for 939. It's not gonna do all these. Anyways. So I don't really have a rhyme or reason, or so I used to do block by block and then I did diagonal. And I would only do one block at a time. And just recently I found that that's actually was slowing me down a little bit because, you know, with a one block, if you only had one stitch for one color, you could be there all day with that block. So I have changed it up and I'm now doing 3 blocks at a time. And I kind of do like a little cross country, but I actually stay in the box format kind of like. So if, as you can see, I'm only staying in this box right now, and then I'll go to the next box, if that makes sense. I know there is a loop ending, but I always forget to do it, so that's why I think I pinned. So we got this box done. Lots of blue on this one. This one is 939. Grace says, yes, I don't cut the thread. I use the snag a bit and push it back. Oh, okay. I never had to snag a bit until I recently purchased it. I don't use it very often though. And then Born Again says, I do the loop start at the beginning and at the end. It's just so much quicker for me. I should probably try the at the end, but I always forget to do it. And then I'm like, oh, I have to take a stitch out. So this green right here is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be over. So we're just going to leave that fudge. We're fudging it. We're going to leave that green, this green right here we're leaving it there. It's going to be a blue now. So 1, 2, 3. I need 5 of these. So 2, 4. 5. Then we're going to skip 1. And this should be a green where my needle is, but we're going to make it blue since I have the green over here. A little fudging right now. Because I am not pulling them stitches out. I've already, no, that's too much. I really messed up on something here. Wait a minute. No, I'm looking at the wrong box. Hold on. Oh, Lord. That is supposed to be there. And then I have to, this box should be, this should be all blue. I'm getting ahead of myself. All these colors are looking the same. Okay, then we're down here at the bottom, which is right here. Okay, let me color this in. Color. Yeah. Okay, all this gets blue. This row. It's really just a continuation of the last stitch you're doing. So if I was doing a loop start, I would have to start there because I am getting kind of short. So I'm going to do it that way. And then I'm making it up now. That's not too bad. But I do like my pen. All right, let's get another 939. I put a couple of them on my board so they're ready to go. All right, so we're done with this row. Now we're gonna fill that in. Grace says I was worried about this stitch would come undone if I cut the tail off. Oh, okay. I don't know. I just haven't had, I've never had any issues when I cut the tail, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Last night I got, I did about 15, yeah, 15 burnt claws last night. I sewed them, well, I mean, I have a pile of them that I have to finish sewing up. And once I get them done, I will be starting on making some bags, project bags, and knit bags. I'm hoping I have enough burnt claws now that I hope I have enough. I don't want to. That was one of my best sellers last year at my craft shows was the burnt claws. So Grace says your craft show is coming up soon. Yes, so I am doing it. I have actually 2 shows. I'm doing one on September. I want to say September 19th, but I don't know if that's even right. And then that's a 2-day, it's a weekend, so it's a Saturday and Sunday. That show is going to be. That show is going to be actually my first show doing that. The show where I'm doing it at. That'll be my first time there. And then the weekend after, which is the 26th, I will be doing another show. But that's only a 1-day show. So before I know it, it'll be here and I will be scrambling. Because I don't have anything ready. Well, I'll feel like I'm scrambling because I'll feel like I have nothing ready. But I will have stuff ready. And it's funny how, like, I've always kind of liked crafts and I've always loved going to craft shows. And I always thought to myself, oh, one day maybe I'll do that and make stuff. And it never came across me that I would ever be doing this. Actually, I never thought I would be sewing. Yeah. I don't know if it was because a lot of it was too, when I used to work at Joann's, I think that helped a lot of me getting into sewing. And then I started watching videos and trying to figure out how to quilt. And then my friend actually, the one that's on the 26th, my friend actually is hosting the craft show. So she puts it all together. And so when she was putting it together the first time, she's like, "You want to try it?" And so I was like, "Sure. I'll see what I can do." And so my niece, I made these burp cloths for my niece when she was having her baby. And she loved them. And she's like, "You should sell them, Aunt Dawn." So Melissa says, "You're going to do amazing, Dawn." Thank you. I hope so. All right. So we're going to have to get another color now, or another strand of this. I don't like to, I don't like to stitch my thing till it's finished. I don't like it too short, so. And I know I have another one ready. I can't believe school is starting this week for us here and where I'm at. Can't believe tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. It's hump day. Oh, I forgot some stitches in this box. Thank God I'm blue. Alyssa says, I know, it's going to be fall soon. I know, I can't wait. I'm over this heat. This heat is killing me. Before we know it, it'll be Christmas too. I feel like when I was little, I didn't feel like the the year was going so fast, but I feel anymore it does. Just feel like my daughter just got off of work for the summer. And now she's going back. Well, we got that block done. Melissa asked, so Dawn, would you say you're sort of moving toward to the typewriter method? I guess it's kind of like the typewriter method, but when I do my stuff in Saga, so how I pick my thread, it's by actually I have it by the DMC number, so it goes in order. And I guess I do the typewriter method kind of because I am doing like the row. I start with the row first, and I go through the row with that color. So like this is 939, and I'm in the first row, and I kind of finish that row and then go to the second row. But I don't go with the next color when I'm done with my thread. Like after this one is done, then it'll be whatever's after 939. And in Saga, you can have it sorted that way. And I like it that way because then my number, I don't know. It might be just an accountant thing since I'm an accountant. I don't know. Melissa says, oh, don't say that, Dawn, laughing out loud. Marcia says, yes, I've used it, but found it come out after the tail cut. I'm going to try and just push it through and leave it. What's Dawn's YouTube channel? Are you asking me what my YouTube channel is? So it's Busymomstitcher. What you're watching. My name's Dawn. I hope that's what you were asking, Marcia. Unless there's another Dawn on here. Also in the description, the box, I have listed, the buy me a coffee if you want. And then I also have my Etsy shop if anyone wants to look at that. Grace says, Marsha, that's what I was concerned about. Hello, Marcia. Alright, I'm going to have to get another piece of thread because it's getting a little too short for me. I think I'm going to get my 300 done tonight. It's kind of nice sometimes because I can get my stitching in if it's block stitching like this. And when it's not, then I can't ever get all my 300. Okay, I'm gonna end this thread and get another one. As it came off. Okay. So let's get another 939. It's a beautiful navy blue. That's what we're stitching tonight. You kind of see a tree stub there, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let me get my thread on. Actually, I'm gonna thread two needles real quick. So I make my thread long enough for like if I was folding it up on a 14 count, and then I cut it in half and I put one thread on my needleboard and the other thread I use to stitch. So there, I try to have at least sometimes one thread on my needleboard. So then it's kind of ready to go for the next project, hopefully. And I do have a short video on my needle board if you want to check that out. How it's not how I put it together, but what my needle board looks like. And I believe in the comments is the Amazon stuff I purchase. Oh, I was going to mention, also, if you are new and you're just lurking and you haven't subscribed, please do so if you like. I am actually very close to 2,500. 2,000, yeah. I'm almost at 2,500 subscribers. And I meant to say this on my video on Sunday. If I reach that, then I'm gonna do a I always do a giveaway. So share, like, do all the things before you leave the video. I didn't check it before I went live to see what my count was at. I think yesterday it was at 2,480, I think. So I'm really close. And so if you're new as well, I am starting to go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 Central Time. And then I'll do it for until about 9, depending on how I'm feeling it too. And if I want to get my stitches in. The other night we stayed a little bit longer on the live. I have a full-time job, so I get up pretty early. So, yeah, I'm usually ready for bed about 9, between 9 and 10. Do I have a face group group? No, I do not have a face group. I do have an Instagram. That's Busymomstitcher as well on Instagram. But no, I haven't decided. I haven't done a face group yet. Facebook group. Alyssa says right now it says 2,002.49, which is probably 2, but there's probably like a 2, like when I can't see it's on my phone right now. So yeah, we're probably really close. We probably needed like, it could be 2,495. Grace says thank you, Gracie. Grace. There are 25 watching and 9 likes. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you, Grace. There he is. He's barking again. He's seeing now. Mr. Pants, who's out there? He's on patrol tonight, that's for sure. Are you on patrol? He's kind of walking funny. All right, so if I do get to 2,500, I will do the giveaway on my next YouTube, my floss tube, which will be Sunday. If I can get to 2,500 by Sunday, then I will do the giveaway. So make sure you watch that video to see if I have something going on. I'll probably post on Instagram too if I do it. The other night when I got off of here, there was a little, I think, what do you call them, people that come on here and try to scam you, or not scammers, what are they, trolls? Yeah, trolls. There was one on this actually my live the other night, and then when I got off, like, they trolled my other videos and made comments, and I had to delete them. I don't get too many of them. Probably will get them now that I said that. Alyssa says, I keep thinking, Mom, 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 Mom. Well, my dog only barks if it is something major outside. She alerts, then will sit at my feet for attention. Usually he's not, doesn't usually he doesn't usually bark this much. We don't, we keep our blinds kind of shut. And usually there's actually not too much action going on in our neighborhood. You guys are lucky. I get trampled and then they sit at the door like little sad monsters. We're almost done with this color. Almost done. Trolls love to ruin the party. They're like flies or mosquitoes. Yeah, but they don't realize they're commenting. When they comment, they're actually helping your channel a little bit, because then you're getting comments on it. So it's boosting it a little bit, maybe. Sunshine says, I'm pretty sure if she knew how to bring me the pew pew, she would, laughing out loud. All our windows are blacked out to keep out the Texas heat. Ooh. And then Melissa says, "Oh, because she's a good girl, sunshine." And then Melissa said, "Mine, on the other hand, literally just farted on me." Hmm. Mine just went back to sleep, I think, because he's not. All right, this color is done. I'm trying to think what is my stitch for Thursday night. I'm trying to think of my wheel. I think tomorrow is good morning. Now I can't think of what I spun. You know the videos, Melissa says, you know those videos of this is the dog I thought I was getting. That is not my boys. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. Next color. Now we're on 323. It's better than a dark color, but it's this light, like tan color, beige. I'm just putting the other thread on my board. 3, and it looks like there's only 2 of this stitch. Well, that did not go in the correct hole. Let me redo that. All right, and this one I'm going to park here in the bottom. Right there. And I forgot to mark another. I think I have that stitch. Okay. So let's see what next color is going to be 3750. And I have that on my board so I can take it off of it. There is 16 of this stitch. It's another blue. Melissa says, I do love my boys. um, we'd be lost without them, that's for sure, Melissa. Sometimes when my dog goes to the vet and it's quiet in our house, it's like, oh, where did he go? And he's just getting his hairdo. Grace said, I recently changed my stitching method and I'm loving it. I changed from a 10 by 10 grid to a 5 by 5 in Saga. I stitch a 4 block and move in a diagonal. I'm having less issues, less mistakes. So you do the 5 by 5 block on Saga and then you stitch it as a diagonal? I kind of like this row method, but I'm starting to wonder if I should just go back to my diagonal as well, because at least with my diagonal, I might get some stuff coming in. I don't know. It takes me a long time to get back to another project because I have so many. I know what I was gonna ask. Who does anyone on here use Mark RXP? And if so, you know, they're supposed to be doing an upgrade at the end of this month, I think. Um, did I hear correctly that we have to back up our stuff? Does anyone know? Because I really probably need to do that. All right, we're getting close here. We're getting close. And we're gonna park this, I believe. Yep. Right here. Yes, you can change it to a 5 grid. I grid my own fabric 5 instead of 10. Okay. Sunshine says, I pick a color and go with it for the entire strand until the travel is so far across off, then go to another color, do the same. I use XODO PDF reader. Born Against Citrus, yes, I use Mark RXP exclusively, and I'm planning to back up all my work tomorrow. Okay, so I guess I will do that too. I only use it now for my non-full coverage and stuff that I don't, well, just mostly for my non-full coverage. Because Saga won't do like paper patterns, and where Mark Art will. And I have a lot of patterns that are paper for my non-full coverage. This next color is 3787. Marcia says, I wish I was a computer savvy. I'm a dinosaur. I use paper. and I find what works best for me is the typewriter method, but doing 10 by 20 blocks and working out the whole thread. I have markup and Saga, Alyssa says. Yeah, I have both too. I prefer Saga for my full coverage, and actually for I haven't really tried to put my non-full coverage in Saga. Well, I know for like Groschetta Go-Go, like her designs, I think some people have problems with it in Pattern Keeper, but I can get it in Mark RXP, so I don't even know if I would be able to get it in Saga. I've actually never tried putting any of them. Okay, we're parking this one. We're done because I only needed one. And my next color is going to be 3799. It's nice having all these threads on a needle already. And then let's ask Sunshine, do you use the XODO PDF? I don't even know what that is. Reader on the Apple. And Alyssa says, I still use paper too, Marsha. I only use it to look at it. If I'm like for my non-full coverage. I guess I would say, I guess I use it then. So like the Country Cottage Needleworks, my cottage, the monthly cottage, that's paper. And it's not, it didn't go on Mark RXP that well, so I still kind of look at the paper too. But I do use the Mark RXP because I like it to count my stitches. That's how I count my stitches. This is coming along. Look at that. We're done with this one. Sunshine says, I do everything on my computer. I sit at my desk all day. It's available across many platforms. Next number is 3808. And there's just one. Kind of like a greenish turquoise color. And we're going to park. And my next color is going to be 3818. It's a brighter green. I think there's some trees or some leaves or something coming in over here. So does it look like anything yet, peeps? Not really. Big blob. I actually thought the other day about maybe going across, but only going to the page. But see, Saga doesn't do pages, so I would probably never know where the page is. I wonder if Saga would ever do an update. Put pages on there. We're gonna park that thread. Born Again Stitch says, does anyone know if Haid will convert your paper chart to PDF ones you've already bought? If you already bought it. Isn't your charts already PDFs? 3847. Hello, Natalie. She asked, how long have I been doing cross stitch? I'm new. I'm sorry. It's okay. I actually started, I don't even know what year. I'm going to say 2021. So I'm not a long time stitcher. So I started in 2021. I was actually I worked for Joann's when they were around, and one day I went into my work and asked one of my friends if she knew anything I could do with my hands, since we were working at a craft store, to keep my hands busy. And she said, have you ever tried cross stitch? And I was like, no, what is that? And then she showed me like a kit that I got at Joann's. It was a real small one. I don't even remember the kit. I don't even know if I have it. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and I started looking at Etsy and found some cute charts. And then I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube and FlossTube to see about cross stitch, and that ended it for me. So I was mainly just doing non-full coverage when I first started, because I was like, I like to decorate for the holidays. So I was like, oh, this will be so much fun. I can do these little projects and I can decorate. Well, then one day I met Leanne from Small Town Stitches. I watched one of her videos and she was doing a full coverage piece, and then that's when I went down the rabbit hole. And I don't even know what year that was. But I went down the rabbit hole of full coverage. So since I have a lot of non-full coverage, I just do both now. This next color is 154. So yeah, I haven't been stitching since 2021. So not very long, but I've been on YouTube for almost 2.5 years doing videos. So I do videos every Sunday. I post a YouTube video of, not YouTube, a FlossTube video of everything that I've stitched on. I show you my progress. And then I just now started doing lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I start about 7 Central Time. And Sunshine says, on XODO, I am able to put pages side by side and see the tiny overlap. Oh, okay. And Born the Stitcher said, I bought them before I started using Mark RXP because I was going to do them as paper charts, but now I love having them electronic. Well, maybe message them, like send them a message. And see if they would. I don't know. Maybe if you show that you paid for it, they would be able to do it still. Because it's not any different price, is it? Dang, it looks so beautiful. This chart? There's nothing to see, really. It is pretty. It will be pretty whenever it gets done. Hopefully before I die. Probably not. Alright, so we're going to finish up these few stitches I have here. have these 5 stitches and then 1. And then it is 9:03 here where I live, so PM. And so I usually stay on for about 2 hours. I might go over a little bit. All right, let's get this one in here and then our last one. I wish I could think of what I spun for Thursday. Anyone watch my video that knows? If Laura was here, she would be able to tell me. I don't think I've seen Laura unless she's hiding in the bush, lurking. All right, my last number is going to be 310. Yes, she said yes. And Melissa says, yes, it is a different piece. Yeah, this one, is that what everyone's talking about? It is very different. I think once I start getting maybe a butterfly lady coming through, I think it'll be more interesting. It's just not very interesting right now. That's why I was wondering if maybe if I went back to my diagonal, because I could get to one of them, a butterfly lady over in the left-hand corner side. But I don't know. I kind of like this row by row, because I also kind of would like to know if because I guess at my borders. I usually use a Q-snap. That's why there's so much fabric right here, because I don't usually use these kind of, okay. I'm gonna go grab, but it looks good, Dawn. I know. Hi, Lona. Hi, Lona. Hold on 1 second. My computer is about to die, and if I have to get the plug. But maybe it'll last until we're almost done, so. All right. Yay, my favorite 310. I know. And I'm going in a hole that I shouldn't be. What in the world? What is going on? And Suki says, I'm going to try the horizontal method that Chris talks about in his latest video. Oh, I didn't watch that video. He's got a different method? I tried doing his very first video that he did, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I like this method. And then I got to, I think it was Toy Story. Or not Toy Story, Toy Shop by Aimee Stewart. And I was trying to use that method, and I was like, oh, this is not working because it's confetti heavy. So I was like, no, I can't do this method. So I gave it up. Alyssa says, I watched his video. Now I'm going to have to go watch it. Maybe I'll watch that before I go to bed. Sometimes I catch up on my video watching at work. Just so I can listen. And then sometimes I get distracted. I'm like, oh, why did I? I'm trying to figure out where to park this. I think I'm just going to pin it and get done with it. And just put it on my board. If I can find a place to pin it. Suki says it is interesting. It won't work for all my projects, but. And then Alyssa says, I'm not really big on cross country, but since working on stamp kits, I've been doing it more. So I'm not big on it either. Like this is as big. This is as I don't even know if you would consider me doing cross country here. When I do cross country, I try to do that with Stitches So Beautiful, and I actually had a lot of mistakes, so I do not, no, not anymore. I don't do that. And Alyssa says, I liked it. I'm thinking about giving it a try. Okay, guys, so this is my finish of my 3 row, so that's 300, and that's usually what my goal is for the day. I have 2 projects that I've been doing, and I have a weekly focus, and I try to get 200 in the morning, which I already did, and then I do another cross stitch at 300, whatever my wheels spin. And I spin my wheels on my Sunday videos. So if you haven't watched that, go check that video out, and you can see what I have spent. I can't remember when I'm stitching on Thursday. It should be a full coverage, I believe. And if not, then I will pick something. But I'm trying to think. I was thinking it was, I don't know. See, it must not be exciting if I can't remember what I spent. Tomorrow I think is Good Morning, which is another block stitching. Oh, I think Thursday is actually, I think that is cookies, cookies, cookies and cocoa. So that'll be a good one. That's like a Christmas theme. Um, it's by Stitches So Beautiful. It's a mug with cookies in it. So that should be a fun one to do on Thursday. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's 9:11 here. I have to get up in the morning. I usually get up about between 5, but most of the time I don't sleep as well anyways. I'm usually up at 2, then up every hour, and I have to get up finally for work. So I am going to call it a night. I want to thank everyone that hopped on and anyone that was lurking. Thank you. And don't forget, if you're watching the replay, or even now, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I will be doing a giveaway on my floss tube if we reach 2,500 subscribers by the end of the week. It looks good, Dawn, and it was 300 stitches in 2 hours. That great? Well, I already had some stitches already made, probably about 20 stitches that I did beforehand, but yes, we did about 300. And that's because it's block stitching, not, I can tell you right now, it's, when I do block stitching like that I can get done faster, but when it's other things, it takes me a long time. All right, guys, so I'm going to call it a night. Thanks again for hopping on, and we'll see you guys Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Night, everyone. Bye. Thanks again. Bye.